Boring is not a bad thing. Boring is just a part of the process that most people don't like. Listen, it's easy to eat. You don't need someone to come to you and tell you to keep eating. You got this. A lot of us is very easy to eat, okay? And some of us, we eat a little too much. There is a secret to success, and it's very simple. It's very, very straightforward, but it's something that a lot of people struggle with. And that is the secret to success, the secret to accomplishments, the secret to obtaining what you truly want in life is that success and all those things that you want, they're boring. Things that are worthwhile, accomplishments that are worthwhile, goals that are worthwhile, businesses that are worthwhile, there is boring phases. There are boring phases in all of it. At the beginning, it's very exciting. And that's where most people start. They start the very exciting. They do it for a couple of days, a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden, things start to get boring. Things aren't as exciting as they anticipated it being. And that's where most people fall off. And that's probably where you have fallen off as well. Because sometimes when we look at boring, we think it's boring and we must be doing something wrong. It must not be the life that we actually want. It may not be the business that we actually want. If it's boring, that must mean that this isn't going to work out. And that is just completely and utterly untrue. Everybody who has been successful has had to go through the boring phase. And here's the thing, when it comes to accomplishing goals, when it comes to earning money, when it comes to making things happen for yourself, there are a lot of times where results don't end up happening the way that we want them to happen, especially when you're at the beginning, you're building a foundation, you're getting the ball rolling. There's a lot of upfront work and barely any, if any, upfront reward. And when you are working, and you're not seeing any results, that gets boring. Even when you're learning, when you are going into a new stage of your life, when you're doing new things with your life, when you are deciding to challenge yourself on something, you've decided this is something that I've always wanted to do. I am going to do it. I am going to make it happen. The big part of doing that is that you're going to have to learn new things. Where you are right now doesn't mean that's where you're always going to be. It is going to be a benefit for you to learn. It's going to be a benefit for you to grow. It's going to be a benefit for you to seek after other people's experiences. But at the same time, that part of the success process, that part of the growing process can get very boring because let's be honest, learning is boring sometimes. It really is. If you have gone through school and you've never had a moment of being bored, then this don't apply to you. But if you are like the rest of us, where we have had boring as heck times in school, you are struggling to fall asleep, that feeling can still be there and most likely will still be there as you are learning on this journey. And again, boring is not a bad thing. Boring is just a part of the process that most people don't like. And the thing about success that most people will not tell you is a huge part of success, a huge part of growth is doing the same thing over and over and over again. The only difference is that you grow, you learn, and you become better at what you're doing. But you are still doing basically the same thing. And when you are doing that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it gets boring because it's the mundane. It's constantly having to do this, constantly sending out the emails, constantly making the video, constantly editing this, constantly releasing the product, constantly. It's just so much of the same process over and over and over and over again. And it gets really boring. And the thing is, with us, when we think of something being boring, when we feel bored, it's very, very common where when you feel bored, you start to think that something is wrong. You start to think that whatever you're doing, you're not taking the right path because things shouldn't feel like this. And the thing is, when you are making growth, when you are pursuing something, when you are making a difference in your life, it doesn't always feel good. If it felt good 100% of the time, you wouldn't need the self-care books. You wouldn't need the self-help books. You wouldn't need all that if everything came easy. Listen, it's easy to eat. You don't need someone to come to you and tell you to keep eating. You got this, girl. A lot of us is very easy to eat, okay? And some of us, we eat a little too much. And that's the thing. The things that you love doing, the things that 100% are super enjoyable, okay? Those things, you don't need someone to encourage you. You don't need someone to go and tell you that, you need to continue scrolling on TikTok. Nobody needs to encourage you to keep doom scrolling. That's why everyone does it. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not about if it feels good, because if everything felt good in the growth journey, then everybody would be doing it. And not everyone's doing it. You wouldn't need all this support. You wouldn't need all these books. You wouldn't need all this advice, because a lot of it comes from the fact that there are a lot of tough parts, and it's very, very natural to shy away from it when it gets hard. It can feel dangerous. It can be scary. And sometimes your brain signals to you, oh, there must be failure ahead. Oh, there must be doom ahead. Oh, something might go super wrong. And you get scared and you pull back. But that's where you have to stop, because when it gets boring, that is a sign for you to continue. You are on a steady path. You have found what works. You have found what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You're starting what you need to do. And now you just need to continue, because it will eventually pay off. That's just how it works. If you continue and you are unstoppable, and you are unstoppable because you will never be stopped, you will never stop trying, you will always continue, guess what? That will bring you success, but that will also bring you boredom. So the difference between you failing and you succeeding is boredom. Continue even when you're bored. Continue even when you don't see anything happening. Continue even when you look at it, and as you're staring back at your screen and you're seeing the numbers reflect at you, you're feeling discouraged. You're feeling like, why am I doing this? Continue even during those times, because one day you will look back at yourself and you'll be so grateful that you did not give up. I hope this video really helped you. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that it is pushing you for the better. If there's anything that you would like to share in the comments below with your journey, or just a general comment, feel free to do that. I would be so happy to hear from you. Take this video and apply it to your life. Revisit this video if you need to, because I want you to be on the best journey that you can. So make sure that you are putting in the time, putting in the work to make sure that you actually accomplish what you want, that you're actually doing what you want, and that you are making miraculous things happen in your life, and do what you feel like is going to be miraculous for you. If people feel like you need to go to college and you want to start a business instead, and that's what's miraculous to you, then do it. On the flip side, if it's in reverse, where you feel like you don't want to start a business, you want to go to college, do that. But figure it out, make it clear, make a plan, and stick to it, even when it is tough, even when it's mundane, even when it's boring, and even when you feel like nothing is happening. And all caps on the feel, because just because you feel like nothing's happening does not mean that nothing is happening. Things are happening, you just can't see them yet. Please make sure to take care of yourself to the fullest. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Please look out for yourself today, this week, this month, and for the rest of your life. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.